Hi and welcome along everyone. Today's video, you all know how I take home security very seriously. Something we ought to have a lot of in our houses and homes and offices and anywhere that you need to protect really. So to that end, I always like to do the most current Wi-Fi camera that there is coming out there for security. Today that is this one here. Okay, it's the Reolink Wi-Fi Duo. Let's open her up. Here are the items out of the box. I've taken the liberty of unpacking it. It can get a bit boring, can't it? Here is power lead and obviously a modem lead if you need one. Fixing pack of screws, covers for the connections, two aerials, obviously because it's a twin Wi-Fi camera, the camera itself, and interestingly the bracket and fixing kit here, and very unusual, a screwdriver to do them with. Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? I've never seen that before. And then the fixing bracket, very ingenious, you can see it there. And it kind of sits in there like so. Go around that way there. Sits in there, you screw that to the wall under my YouTube 100,000 sign and stick the camera there. Or of course you can go that way. There's numerous ways of setting it, and that twists around to the angles you want, which I'll show you on the wall later on in the video when I've got it connected up outside, but very easy to do. There it is then, up on my wall, and what I like about it with this Reolink is you can always put the bracket around the other way. So I've got it on the bottom here, there's a hole through the bottom of the camera, and you can also fit it that way round. So you've got the bracket on the top as well. See, the aerials are now fitted to it, so you get a multi-function way of actually mounting it, which I think is very important these days. It looks quite nice. You can see the twin lens each camera there. The idea being we get a nice 90-degree coverage, so the whole back of the house should be covered. Now with Reolink you also get the ability to have the app on your PC, and this greatly improves it over the phone, because if you're looking on a PC you get a lovely, obviously big picture of the whole thing. Wow, did you see that lovely bee come to see my camera? Oh, that was good. Okay, so I'm going to take you over to the actual view through the PC. It's a much nicer one than the phone. There is the difference between the PC view, because you can get your app on your PC, and the view on the camera. Now the camera is very good in the sense that you do get the whole two cameras working together, so you can see the whole of my rear garden is covered. Now with the app on the computer you do have to choose, like that one is on number 1, so I'm going to go to number 2 and you'll see the picture change. That's the other side of the garden, so you can't get them both at once, but that's, you know, one of those things, you can't have everything, and I guess that's where the phone obviously does benefit you in that sense. You get the whole good, but I can tell you the picture looks absolutely cracking. I'm sorry about the bit of sun in the lens there. I've just drawn the curtains so you get a better idea. It looks really lovely, and obviously it does also in the phone. And I've got to say, great. So now we're going to take a look at all the features that this camera has to offer. Back to the camera then. Now you all know I love the camera to have an SD card. I like the fact that that records on there. When it's all used up it just rubs it off and goes back and starts again, and you can always view your card through your phone or your PC there. It fits at the back there, there's a little chamber there, comes away, and the SD card fits in there, and I prefer that to cloud usage myself, because you've got to pay for cloud, haven't you? There, as shown earlier, is the SD card slot there. You undo those two screws and it slides in there on the underside of the camera. Let's now move through some of the settings. I showed them on the computer. It is a little bit easier than on the phone. Okay, so we've got the display. Okay, that's all pretty good there, and you can see you can have a watermark on it if you want, or not. I'm going to leave it off. I don't think I won't really. I better let it do its thing now. Anti-flicker, day and night, automatic, privacy mask, and advanced settings. Let's take the watermarks back off. I don't want that. Okay, and we move on to streaming. Now we've got a resolution there. We're on fairly high there. Well, that is virtually the highest one there by the look of it. Yep, that is. We'll leave it on there. So it depends on your internet speed. You may need to lower that. Anyway, it depends what your speed is at on your phone. Obviously you'll need it to be on the internet our frame rate. Okay, it can go right up to 25. Maximum bit rate, where it can go up to 5.1, and into frame space in seconds, you can change that. Fluency, that requires a restart for that one. Frame rate can go up to 15. Maximum bit rate can go up to 364, and into frame space in seconds. Let's move on then to alarm settings. One of the most important ones, really, isn't it? Less sensitivity, motion detection. So we're pretty good. Camera at higher sensitivity detects every small change in the field of view, such as a sneaky person at a distance. Whoa, I like that. That is quite good. A sneaky person. That sounds good to me. Moving on, scrolling down, and this is the alarm setting ones. Really good, because it's the one where you set it for people and you can set it for cars. And what I like about this, I know it's one or the other, but what I really like obviously is that you do need it to be only people that you really want to pick up. We don't really want to see the dog or the cat from next door and get all those kind of false settings. Really does get annoying, doesn't it? So that's really good that it can be set for a person, which is another great little idea. What we've got down the bottom here, object size. So this is a pretty good one as well. Objects that are smaller than the minimum object size or bigger than the minimum object size will not trigger an alarm. So that is another really good one to have, isn't it? So there we are, object size. Moving objects that are smaller than the minimum object size or bigger than the maximum object size will not trigger any alarm. We'll set it up, persons, and you basically click this here and you can move it to the size you want, and you can turn it in a bit like this. So if you want to just do an area and it's got to be a size of at least a person, you can kind of get someone to stand out there, Jan for instance, but she's not here today, and get it to the right size. Alright, so it won't trigger anything that was bigger or smaller, which is a great idea, isn't it? Moving on to the all important audio and light, record audio. We want that, don't we? Volume, because there is an alarm on the speaker that you can set. I'll give you a test. We're indoors and the thing's right around the side of the house. See if we can hear it from here. Yeah, I can certainly hear that all right, so we know that's working. The infrared lights, okay, you can have them off or on. Depends on you for that one. If you want them to come on, I guess it will help deter someone from coming round and maybe trying to burgle you if the light flicks on and it can be seen from around. So that is your personal choice. You can also set them to stay off, okay, so they don't actually know they're being censored and alarmed, because you'll get the notification anyway that they've been sorted out by the camera and sent to your phone. So we've got a spotlight, which is great. We'll have a look at that at night. I'm going to do that for later on. It's daytime at the moment. Spotlight off and spotlight on, and you've got the brightness of it there and a night mode, so you can turn the night mode on and off. We'll leave it on for later on. Auto spotlight all turns on when the alarm event is detected, okay, and on as scheduled, so you can schedule it to come on. So that's not bad. Let's move on then. Next lot of things is the info, and there we have all the details and bits you need to know if you're into the actual specs of the camera. Next then we have surveillance. Alright, there we have record, and it overwrites the card, which is great, isn't it? You've got a pre-motion record, so you get that little bit before it actually picks someone up. You've got post-motion record in seconds there, which is really good. Schedule, you can schedule it to record, and an alarm timer, so that is good if you want that. Any motion, person or vehicle, so I'm not going to have any motion. I don't want it going off for anything, so obviously not, do we? It's the idea. Let's go on to email. Okay, schedule, email settings, enable email alerts, okay, to your phone or PC. No, that's pretty good. So again, once again, any motion, person or vehicle. So I just want person or a vehicle. And then you've got your FTP settings. Okay, there we are there. And siren. And you've got push notifications here. Okay, for again, any motion, person or vehicle. After that, we've got network settings and storage. I think the storage is the most important one, and there's where I was showing you earlier about the card going underneath there, that little hatch. It goes in there. There's no card in there at the moment. let's go down here, user management, date, time, maintenance. Okay, so that's all there. Right, what I'm going to do now is just take a little walk around out the back so it picks me up, so you know how well it's actually doing. Let's go. Just to show you that all the settings on the PC are mimicked on your mobile phone. Another nifty thing I like with the phone, actually, if you put it up that way, you can see both cameras and the scene is split. But if you turn it this way, they kind of magically join up. Great, isn't it? Or split when you put it back the other way and twist it up. Right, I'll just do that for you. Like that. Pretty good. Well, you've seen what it looks like in daytime, because that image is really, really good. Next good test though is how does it look at night time? Well, that's going to be the next test, so I'm going to wait a few hours until it gets dark. The next thing will be night time. Here we are then, night time then, and it's in black and white. I'm going to go out now and see what happens, see if I can activate the light, which should bring us into colour. Here we go. Right, we'll just try the right hand side now, looking at the summer house. Right. I just want to show you this here. It explains on the phone a little bit more about the larger than and smaller than sizes. It's a bit more information on the phone. Also, one other little thing that wasn't shown on the PC is this here, which you can create a zone over the area you don't want to receive alerts about. I think that's a very important one and a good one to have too, don't you? There you are then. I think that's a great camera, a good all-rounder, vast improvement on the one a year ago. It roughly was about this time, funny enough, that I reviewed it. The quality of the picture is far, far superior, and the extra settings that are now available to stop those horrible false alarms, because they are the plague of security cameras. You don't want to be given an alarm every 5 minutes because a cat or something has gone across the path of the sensor. We've gone a long way with these security cameras now, and I really believe they're getting far, far better than they've ever been. This is the best I've seen so far, so for me at the moment this one tops all that I've done so far on video cameras, and I've done quite a lot, you know. Okay then, that's about it though from me. All my stuff, here we go, usual place, Darren33. Thanks for watching guys, bye bye.